Hey everyone! So today I wanted to make a little video on stress and how I at least attempt to manage stress, so you guys can maybe take some tips from that, or be inspired to find your own stress management. So yeah, let's just get started. I'm one of those people that's always stressed when I don't need to be, or even when I legitimately have a good reason, but it's always over the top stressed. I don't mind that necessarily about myself. It kind of helps me be motivated to do a lot of work and try new things and keep at myself to just keep working and keep trying to get better at whatever I'm doing. But it can also be really draining, and it can be just when you're always kind of tense, you don't really realize that you're always tense because you're just used to it. That's how you are. So over the years, because I've been stressed for as long as I can really remember, which is kind of sad, you just kind of come up with other ways to kind of let out the stress and the tension so that the stress remains good stress, because there's bad stress and there's good stress. And I like to think that I have a mix of that, hopefully more good than bad, but it's yet to be determined. First, why am I stressed so much? School's a big stressor for me. I've always been a good student. When I was much younger, I was just a good student. Naturally, I just did well in school. But I kind of, built my own reputation, and I had to keep that up. And that was what became stressful. I would always do my homework, I'd pay attention in class, would study, all those things. But I started to get really bad test anxiety. And I still actually have that. I have to do a whole routine depending on the class for the test or the quiz, because otherwise I just get so nervous. And you can use some stress to help you focus and get that test, but too much stress and you can't, you're reading the same thing 5 times and it's not helpful. That kind of developed probably towards the middle of middle school throughout high school. And it hasn't gone away, but I've gotten used to it. Other reasons I'm stressed, just general life stressors like friend drama, some relationship drama, future problems. I thought for a long time I wanted to go into neuropsychiatry, and that was a really big one, a stress point, because I was so determined to take all these AP classes and advanced classes, because first of all, I really like a challenge, so that was good, but also because I thought I wanted to get a top kind of neuroscience program, and that's the kind of class I was aiming for. So now looking back, now that I wanted to go into film, I may do some things differently, but you can't do that, so just gotta learn from what you've experienced. Mostly school has been my stress. I have a lot of pressure from my school, my friend group. We all are very academic and high achieving, and that can just kind of feed off itself. But I think it's good to recognize that, knowing my atmosphere and what I have to deal with, I think has definitely helped me to understand why I'm stressed for the most part. And once you can sort of know why you're stressed, that it can definitely help to alleviate it in the future. Things that I do personally that have helped me with stress. And first I'm going to talk about the things that I just have done because I like doing, and that I realized kind of later that have helped me with stress. So I like to sing and I dance. So I sing for my church choir, and I love it. I never really realized that I've been doing that since I was in 3rd grade. So it's a really long time. But I didn't really realize how great it was for me just to get that outlet to sing, and I was not focusing on any school stuff or whatever. It was just about the music, and that was great. It was beautiful, and I used to think about my sweater is falling. I apologize. And I also have been dancing for a long time. I'm not doing so much official dancing this year because I got injured and just so many things are going on. But just generally I like to dance or just move. It just makes me feel better about myself, my body, and just it's just, I can't really describe it. I guess it's hard to describe. If you find something like that, can really be perfect. I also really like puzzles, Sudoku puzzles, logic puzzles, especially jigsaw puzzles, those 1,000-piece puzzles. I'm the queen of the 1,000-piece puzzle. Not to brag, but definitely bragging. I just set some music up, get my puzzle out, and I'm just like zooming, and I've done so many puzzles, I can like see the pieces, and I kind of wish that when I look at a puzzle, like, and I see the piece and I just know where it goes, that I could do that with my own life. Maybe I'll acquire that in the future, but I definitely recommend that you find something like that, like a puzzle that can help you distract, because when you're doing a puzzle, that's the only thing that like you're focusing on, and everything kind of fits together nicely. And even if you have some frustration, then when you figure it out, it's just so much more enjoyable. And that helps me to de-stress because things are coming together and I'm making them come together. And that to me is a very comforting thing. I don't know if that'd be comforting for you. I also listen to music a lot. I like to think of my life as a movie, because movies always have that soundtrack going on, like whether it's words or some just like piano ballad. That's my piano. Like, there's just stuff going on, and I love that. Like, that's what I aspire to have in my background. I listen to a lot of alternative and rock, some pop music, but that's more just like for fun jams. When I'm kind of stressed, I like to listen to classical music or scores from movies. That I don't know why, it just kind of it has a calming effect on me. So find your like music niche that just you can just listen to. You have like a playlist or an album that always works, because then you don't need to worry about it. Just like press that music, lie in your bed, and just let it sink in, and it'll be great, I guarantee. One thing that I got into more recently that has really helped me with stress is yoga and also meditation. I'm really not that good at meditating. I'm working on it. I have one of those minds that just like goes on all the time. So it's hard for me to meditate, but yoga's really nice because it's sort of like dancing, but it's more like a focused practice, and you're kind of trying to be in tune with your body, which I think really helps me. So you could try that if that's something you're into. You don't need like fancy clothes or a yoga mat. Like, I have a yoga mat, but I don't always use it. You know, I just got like a free app, or just on YouTube, you can just look something up and then like boom, yoga in your house or wherever you are. It's really easy. And you know, even if you're not that flexible, like no one's watching you, so you can just groove on. You don't need to worry about what other people are possibly thinking about it, because like they don't matter. So don't worry about them. Just focus on you and trying to relieve your own stress, because that's what I do. I also journal. I've gone on and off with journaling throughout the years. Like, I did my first like serious journaling when I was in elementary school, and I did an online journal. And then I went to a physical journal, and then I went back to an online journal, and right now I have a physical journal. But the big thing with journaling is like, if you're feeling emotional about something, or you just want to write, like, please write something down. But I really don't recommend getting into like a schedule where you have to write, because it's not supposed to be a chore. It's supposed to be something you enjoy doing, like you enjoy writing about your day or how you're feeling, or maybe you want to write a poem or a short story or whatever you want to do. Make it something you want to do. Like, don't make it a chore, because then it's not going to help you. It's just going to stress you out, because I had that for a time. Like, I had a schedule, and when I didn't write my journal, like, I felt bad. I was like, oh my god, I'm failing at something. And that's totally the opposite purpose of why you should journal. You shouldn't journal because it's like a pressure point. You should do it to let the emotions go for your day. I also recommend for stress that you find someone you can talk to, whether it's a parent or a sibling or a friend or like whatever person. You can also go see a therapist. Like, I'm seeing a therapist the first time like this year, and it's been really helpful for me. But like, I also been living without one up until this year, so it's not like you need a therapist. And if you can't afford one, you don't feel like your stress is, you know, doomed, or you can usually reach for like a school counselor, maybe someone in the community can be helpful. And don't be afraid to like say like, oh, I'm feeling really stressed with something, like I really need to talk to someone, because most people are willing to listen because like they care about you. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about seeming weird, because if you do see a therapist, like, it's not there's no stigma behind being stressed or any other reason why you may see a therapist. So don't worry about that. Your mental health is like the most important, and who cares what other people are thinking, because like, they don't matter. You matter. I kind of just want to wrap this up by saying, some people think that like, why are they stressed when they see other people, and other people may not look stressed. Like, you may look through someone's like social media feed or whatever, or just in life, like in real life, and like they don't look stressed. Like, people never look stressed. I think they're always happy, they're always smiling, like, you know, and that's great. They're happy, but you probably don't see everything that's going on, and like don't feel like you're doing something wrong because you're stressed about something or you're unhappy about something and other people always seem happy, because everyone always has things going on, and you shouldn't be comparing like your life and your happiness to anyone else's. Being stressed is totally normal, and don't let the fear of like an unnormal thing happening or an abnormal thing happening keep you from getting help or keep you from trying to motivate something. There are always going to be times where you're stressed. Sometimes it's little things, sometimes a lot. Don't worry about it. Just try to enjoy life because it's meant to be enjoyed. So, hope this is sort of helpful. Bye.